Hi everybody. This is the first of a series of short video clips that I will share with you this afternoon and evening in replacement for the in-class lesson that we would have had tomorrow. But due to the emergency that we have in relation to the coronavirus, we'll be staying home and you guys can watch me talk and listen. And then if you have any questions about the explanations that I give, then you're welcome to contact me either through the virtual classroom or through the WhatsApp group that I have created. Okay. What you need to do first is you need to have handy the PowerPoint presentation which I shared in the virtual classroom environment. And what I will do is I will try to give a description for each individual slide or for short sets of slides at a time. Okay, the first slide is going to be a single video because it's a warm-up activity. In the directions for this warm-up activity, you have the following. Come up with 6 examples of words that contain the letters or letter combinations below. Word initially, word medially, and word finally, if possible. And I say if possible because in some of these letters and letter combinations, it might be the case that they don't appear at the beginning of a word or in the middle or at the end. What you need to do is think of examples in which the spelling might be different than the sound. This activity is aimed at making you aware that, like I explained in the previous class, English is what we call an aphonetic language, meaning that there is no 100% correlation between the spelling and the pronunciation of words. Okay, I have provided a short set of examples with each of the letters or letter combinations so that you could use them as examples, but you need to provide 6 additional examples with each letter or letter combinations. Let's look at the examples that I have provided for you. First, we have the letter T. One thing that I want to point out is that letters are different from sounds. So this is the letter T, but the sound is T. Or another letter would be, for example, the letter S, but the sound is S, and so on and so forth. Okay, back to the letter T. We have the following examples. Time, time, cut, cut. Here we have 2 different pronunciations of the letter T. The first one is plosive, T, T, time, time. In the second example, the letter T is not plosive. We do not say cut, cut. What we do say is cut, cut. Then we have 2 other words. Better, better, mountain, mountain. You see that the letter T is not pronounced T, although it could. We could say better or better and mountain. But in American English, it's normally better, mountain. The next letter is the letter P, as in paw, paw, apple, apple, applause, applause. Notice how in the first and the third words, the P is plosive. So we have paw, paw, applause, applause. In the second example, however, the P is just a neutral, regular P. Apple, apple. In the last example, I apologize, it should be C-U-P, not C-U-B. So it should be cup, and then a cup of coffee, okay? Cup, cup. Again, this P is not cup, it's cup. Then we have the letter S. Saw, saw. But then the letter S is normally not pronounced S. It might be pronounced at least in 2 or 3 different ways. For example, was, does, This normally happens in verbs, okay? Was, is, does, has. Then we have sugar, sugar. Measure, measure. Pleasure, pleasure. The letter D. Dare, could. But then, just like the letter T, when it appears in between two vowels, it becomes a id. We have ladder, ladder. Although you could say ladder, ladder. The same for the word student, student. Although you could say student, student. But I say student, student. The letter M. Month, month. Comb, comb. Climb, climb. Notice that in these two examples, the letter B is silent, and this is very common in MB combinations. But what I'm trying to point out is that you need to make sure that you fully pronounce the in comb and climb. Letter combination, actually, NG. NG. Among, sing, sing, going. Notice how it's not pronounced ng. It's pronounced although in some other words it might be pronounced ng, as in finger, for example. TH might be pronounced in 3 different ways. It might be pronounced or t. Involves no vibration of the vocal folds, whereas th involves vibration of the vocal folds. Let's look at the examples. We have three, there, moth, think. Then the letter X. We could have example, example, or exhale, So the letter X might be pronounced x or x. The letter Z is normally pronounced z, as in zoo and zest. The letters GH are pronounced as follows. For example, ghost, in which the H is silent, or laugh, enough. In other words, GH is normally pronounced f. The letter V. The V, you need to be careful with this letter because at least in Costa Rican Spanish, we don't differentiate between V and B. So we say vaca and burro both with B. But in English, you need to make sure that you differentiate between V and B. Okay, so we have voice, vowel, wives. Then we have the letter W, pronounced w, as in where and few. Where, few. The word where might also be pronounced where, depending on dialectal differences. The letter R, rich, better, art. The combination SH, pronounced sh. This is a gentle sound. It is not ch, but it's also not sh. It is sh, as in show, share, wish, ashamed. And finally, the CH, which is normally pronounced ch, as in chanchito, except it might be spelled ch but pronounced sh. You need to be careful because of these exceptions, which are the smallest number of words spelled ch. Church, church. Chef, chef. It is not chef, it is chef. Chicago, Chicago. It is not Chicago, it is Chicago.